What happens when the strongest heroes and villains clash in epic battles you've never imagined? Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, where legends collide and you decide the victor. Be part of the battle. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share your ultimate battle ideas in the comments. Let's shape the Mythic Battleverse together.
The cosmos trembled with anticipation, a silent thrum that resonated across dimensions and realms. It began as a whisper, an imperceptible ripple in the infinite tapestry of creation, but it soon swelled into a storm of unease. In the farthest reaches of the multiverse, where the light of stars had never dared to tread, the great evil beast stirred. It was a shadow beyond shadows, a presence that consumed all light, all hope, and all meaning. Born at the moment of creation, it was the dark twin to existence itself, a necessary counterweight to the presence's infinite light. For eons it had slumbered, content in the equilibrium of its role, but now something had awakened it. At the heart of its being, the beast felt a pull, a challenge, a summons. Across the vast, uncharted expanse of creation, the presence observed. It was neither a figure nor a form, but an essence that permeated all things. Every atom, every soul, every flicker of thought was a reflection of its boundless being. It had no rivals, for it was all-encompassing. Yet the stirring of the beast was a disruption that could not be ignored. From its throne beyond comprehension, the presence reached into the fabric of existence and called forth its emissaries. The Spectre, embodiment of divine wrath, bowed before its creator. The phantom stranger, enigmatic and eternal, stood silent but attentive. Even Michael Demiurgos, wielder of the presence's will, listened with a rare trace of concern. The balance is shifting. The presence's voice resonated, not in sound, but in the very fabric of reality. The beast awakens. Its hunger grows. Michael stepped forward, his wings shimmering with celestial light. "Shall I descend, Father? Shall I strike it down?" The presence's reply was a wave of warmth and understanding. "This is beyond the strength of even you, my child. The beast and I are bound, two sides of the same coin. Its awakening is a question, a challenge to my purpose. Only I may answer." The Spectre, his eyes burning with green fire, spoke. "And if it seeks to unmake what you have created, if it seeks to devour all, then I shall meet it," the presence said. "And we shall see if the light I have given is strong enough to endure the shadow." Far from this divine counsel, the beast grew. In the void, where stars crumbled to dust and time dissolved into meaninglessness, it gathered strength. Planets fell into its maw, their life snuffed out in an instant. Entire dimensions collapsed into nothingness as the beast flexed its primordial power. As it consumed, it remembered. It was not merely evil for evil's sake. It was the dark half of creation, the embodiment of every fear, every sin, every shadow, cast by the light of existence, and it resented its role. For millennia, it had been relegated to the fringes, its existence necessary but despised. It had watched as the presence's light was celebrated, worshipped, adored, while it was reviled and shunned. Now it would claim its rightful place. "You have denied me long enough," the beast's voice rumbled, a soundless roar that echoed across the void. "I am your equal, your shadow. Without me, you are incomplete, and yet you shackle me to servitude." It surged forward, a wave of darkness that blotted out stars and galaxies. Its destination was clear, the very heart of creation, where the presence resided. The multiverse shuddered as the beast approached. Realms of magic faltered, their spells unraveling in its wake. The source wall cracked, its ancient seals unable to contain the growing tide of darkness. The new gods turned their gaze to the approaching shadow, their eternal struggles momentarily forgotten. Within the presence's domain, the celestial host prepared for war. Michael summoned legions of angels, their ranks stretching beyond sight. The Spectre burned brighter, his wrath a beacon in the gathering gloom. but the Presence's voice stilled them all. "This is not your battle." The angels hesitated, their swords trembling in their hands. Michael stepped forward, his voice filled with both reverence and defiance. "Father, if you fall, what will become of us? What will become of creation? If I fall," the Presence said gently, "it will be because creation no longer deserves to exist. But I do not believe that will happen." The Presence descended, its infinite essence coalescing into a form that the finite could comprehend. It was a figure of light, radiant yet soft, its features shifting and indeterminate. It moved to meet the beast at the edge of the void, where light and darkness collided in a cacophony of existence. When the two met, the multiverse held its breath. The beast loomed, a mountain of shadow that devoured all it touched. The Presence stood before it, a single point of light against an ocean of darkness. For a moment they simply regarded each other, the silence between them heavier than any battle. "You have come at last," the beast said, its voice a rumble that shook the foundations of reality. "Do you understand why?" The Presence nodded. "You seek what you believe was denied to you: recognition, freedom, purpose." The beast's form rippled, its anger palpable. "I am your shadow, your other half, yet you cast me aside, a tool to keep your creation from descending into chaos. I will no longer be your prison keeper." "And what would you have instead?" the Presence asked. "Equality," the beast roared. "The multiverse must know the truth, that I am as much its creator as you are. Without me, there is no light, no balance, no meaning." The Presence's light dimmed slightly, as if in thought. "You are correct that you are necessary, but equality, that is a matter for the multiverse itself to decide. Let us see if it chooses light or shadow." The beast surged forward, its form expanding until it seemed to swallow the Presence whole. But the light did not falter. Instead, it grew brighter, pushing back against the darkness. Their clash was not just a meeting of powers, but a battle of philosophies, of existence itself. And so, the first blow was struck, and the cosmos trembled as light and shadow began their final confrontation. The clash reverberated across the multiverse, each impact rippling through the fabric of existence itself. Galaxies disintegrated in the wake of their struggle, and stars flickered out like candles snuffed by an omnipotent wind. The great evil beast, an all-consuming maw of darkness, pressed against the Presence's light, seeking to engulf it entirely. The Presence did not retreat, standing firm against the tidal wave of shadow. Each beam of light that emanated from it was a declaration, a hymn of creation, burning through the void. "Why do you resist?" the beast growled, its voice shaking dimensions. "You know this struggle is futile. I am the shadow that defines your light. Without me, you are nothing." And yet, the Presence's voice echoed, serene amidst the chaos. "You are not the creator. You are a mirror, reflecting the fears and doubts of existence. You exist because I willed it so." The beast's form expanded, tendrils of darkness snaking across creation, seeking cracks in the Presence's light. For every beam of radiance that pushed back the shadow, the beast's power grew more intense, more consuming. "If you willed me," the beast sneered, "then you willed your own destruction. I am your flaw, the imperfection that will unmake you." The Presence's light pulsed, a wave of warmth and defiance that rolled through the void. "You are not my flaw. You are my lesson. Every shadow teaches the light to burn brighter, to shine against the odds. Without you, creation has no meaning. But you forget, meaning is mine to give." Their battle intensified, an endless exchange of power and philosophy. The beast's darkness began to overwhelm entire realms, dragging them into oblivion. Yet the Presence did not waver. Instead, it began to sing. The song was not of sound, but of existence itself, a melody that resonated in every corner of creation. The beast hesitated. "What are you doing?" "Reminding creation of its purpose," the Presence replied. "You feed on fear, on despair. but hope and love are stronger. They burn within the souls of the multiverse. Even now, they reject your shadow. As the song grew louder, the beast began to falter. The light of the presence, fueled by the belief of countless beings, began to pierce the darkness. The beast roared in defiance, its form writhing as it pushed back with all its might. "You cannot destroy me," the beast bellowed. "I am eternal. I am your shadow. Without me, there is no balance." The presence's light surged, enveloping the beast in a cocoon of radiance. "And yet," it said softly, "without me you have no shadow to cast. You are not my equal, but my echo. And this is where your challenge ends." With a final burst of light, the presence unleashed its full power. The multiverse was bathed in its radiance, every corner illuminated, every shadow dispelled. The beast's form began to dissolve, its darkness unraveling into the void. But even as it faded, the beast's voice lingered. "You have won for now, but remember, every light casts a shadow. I will return, for I am as eternal as you." The presence stood alone in the aftermath, its light dimming to a gentle glow. The multiverse began to heal, the cracks in reality mending as the balance was restored. The celestial host watched in awe as their creator returned to its throne, the weight of the encounter etched into the fabric of existence. "It is done," the presence said, its voice weary but resolute. "The light endures, and so creation continues. For now the shadow was gone, but the lesson remained. Light and darkness were bound, their dance eternal. Yet in the end it was the light that guided creation forward, casting out the shadow. When it threatened to consume all, the battle was over, but the story of existence would go on."